Good evening and welcome to Dr. R.L. Peters Jr. Field at Dragon Stadium, here live on the iHSFAN Webcast Network, where the Stony Point Tigers are growling into Dragon Stadium to go against the Round Rock Dragons, the 7-1 overall Round Rock Dragons. We do thank you for joining us here on the 7-degree Round Rock night. My name is Joseph Duffy, joined alongside Michael Alvarez. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good, Joe. I mean, it's a cloudy night. We just got into November, so the temperatures will be dropping. So get used to the 70-degree nights, which will soon turn to the 60-degree nights. And everyone can start putting their winter clothes on. So other than that, I am excited for what most people don't really know is kind of a bitter rivalry between these two schools. I mean, I attended Stony Point back in 2020, back when I graduated in 2021. And, I mean, Round Rock was one of our biggest rivals. So there's a big rivalry here. But
and both of these teams just played Round Rock Westwood in their previous game last week. Stony Point was they actually defeated Round Rock Westwood 52-27, but the Round Rock Dragons won 37-7 2 weeks ago against the Westwood Warriors. And so both these teams coming off playing against Round Rock Westwood, trying to close out the season right. This is the final game of the season for Stony Point, but Round Rock plays next week at Vandergrift at 7 p.m. So starting off with Stony Point, Mike, receiving yards in game, Andrew Gomez, he's been killing it. After their first win of the season, that was the first game that they actually played. They lost 5 straight, but since then they've won 2 of the last 3.
yeah, I mean, Stony Point, they've had a kind of an up and down season. I mean, regardless of the outcome of this game, their season does end tonight, Joe. But I mean, last game against Westwood, I mean, this is a predominantly passing offense. That's one of their bigger things. I mean, they have already accumulated 2,000 passing yards this season, which is pretty unheard of. And but last game, I mean, they ran the ball for almost 300 plus yards on the ground for 5 rushing touchdowns. Because I mean, they did put up 52 points. So it was they didn't pass the ball too much, which is not like them. But I mean, when the running game's working, the running game's working.
We mentioned Andrew Gomez, and you said that the pass game is lethal at times. He averages 97.7 receiving yards a game, also leads the team in total touchdowns with 12. Aaron Bolton, the running back tonight, he is number 8. He's just exceptional as well. Has 7 rush touchdowns. And then Tristan Butler on the other side of the ball. I had to fact check this one, but he comes in with 19 sacks on the season. Just spectacular. But flipping it over to Round Rock, 7-1 on the season, 5-1, which is good for second in the district. This is still a very important matchup as they head to Vandergrift next week.
Yeah, the big thing about Round Rock is, I mean, they're 7-1 overall, 5-1 district. They're second in district, so right now they are fighting for that number 1 spot against Vandergrift. And like you said, they play them next week. Vandergrift's going into that game undefeated. Round Rock will have that 1 loss. So next game up in the Hill Countries in Austin, Texas is where you want to be. But the thing about this Round Rock team is they're really well balanced. You know, they don't kill you strictly in the pass. They don't kill you on the ground. They mix well. They kill you on the short passes. They open up passing with the run game. Play action starts to be effective, and that defense is stout. You know, I mean that secondary is quite. It can be quite impressive. I mean, from the games that we've covered and the games we've seen, it's been a lot of great coverage. I mean, you kind of forces the QB in to take his check down or take a sack, and that's when you have Justin Lee come in, and he's been dominant anchor for that D-line. And overall, I mean, 7-1, this team has been very impressive this year. Quite the bit turnaround from last year as they finished with a losing record despite making the playoffs.
Yeah, we talk about Justin Lee. He has 6 sacks this season. Overall, as a team, Joaquin Maldonado has really settled into that RB1 role, averaging 74 rush yards a game. Dylan Yeager has also been amazing. Also, Reggie Hurley coupled with him as well. Rushing touchdown-wise, Jack Oppel, actually the quarterback, the junior quarterback, of course, starting as quarterback for the first time in his career this season. He has been spectacular, almost no turnovers, but he has 7 rush touchdowns, and then Maldonado follows with 6. But you talk about the balance of this team. They give up 13.6 points a game in district play, 14.6 points overall. throughout the season, but offensively they scored 34.1 points a game and just a little higher than 34.8 points a game in district. So they're good offensively, and they know how to shut you down defensively. And as we get ready here for the entrances of these teams, I do want to talk a little bit about this turnaround like you were talking about. 7-1 on the season. What do you attribute the most of that in your opinion?
I gotta say, it's a balance. I mean, when you're giving up less than 2 scores, you're giving up less than 14 points a game on the season, or about 14 points a game on the season. Then you're also putting up 30 plus. That's just, I mean, it's hard to beat that. You know, I mean, that's consistent. That's quality. That's going to get it done at the high school level every time. So the biggest thing is they've been consistent all year with their game plan. I mean, Oppel, this is his first year starting. He switched from receiver from last year, and he's excelled. And like what we were talking about before we hopped on, Joe, was that he's done a great job limiting his turnovers, and this team as a whole has done a great job limiting their turnovers. So when you don't give the ball up, you don't give the ball up to the other team that much, and you don't put your team in a bad position, you're going to be successful, and that's what they've been all year.
Yeah, absolutely. As we await their entrance, they all are carrying American flags. This is going to be quite the spectacle right here on this entrance, as Stony Point is just now coming from the far side.
Yeah, because they have, if you see over here, they also have an American flag, which they'll be ready to bring out at some point as well. So not sure what's up with the patriotic feeling tonight, but I guess we'll see as the game progresses.
Absolutely. It's already a very nice turnout. You have to think that people are still coming as we speak. This should be a very exciting one here at Dragon Stadium. It's Craig Cheshire's team, 3-6 overall, 2-5 in district. We've seen both quarterbacks play in Mason Troyer and Kenneth Kalbus, but we project that Mason Troyer will probably get the bulk of the work as expected. They're both junior quarterbacks. Last game, Aaron Bolton, the running back number 8 for Stony Point, had 11 carries for 160 rush yards and 2 rush touchdowns. Also had 2 catches for 60 yards and receiving touchdown in the air. So if you're a fantasy football lover like myself, you might want an Aaron Bolton on your roster.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the Stony Point team is their record doesn't show the type of team they truly are, I believe. This is a gritty team. This is an underrated team, and here they're coming out now. As they even got the smoke coming out the first 2 flags. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, quite the scene here at Dragon Stadium as the Round Rock Dragons are ready for battle, marching out with their American flags and smoke. And now here come the Stony Point Tigers, coached by Craig Cheshire. They come marching out, not really with a crazy amount of things to play for in their season particularly, but you do want to finish the right way if you are the Tigers, being that you're really eliminated from playoff contention, being 2-5 in your district.
I mean, you want to go out and you want to beat your rival, though, no matter what.
Especially if you're a senior, absolutely.
Especially if you're a senior, you want to go out, you want to beat your rival, because these are across the highway rivals. I mean, they're not too far apart from each other. But like as I was saying before, with Stony Point, is they're not a team you just want to brush off, you know, because that offense has the chance to be explosive, and I mean explosive. Because the last game they put up 52, they putting up 50 plus twice this season, and they putting up 30 plus almost every game. I mean, this offense is electric. Now the defense is what stands out, as you can kind of talk about them there. I mean, they give up about how many yards did you say?
Well, they give up 29.3 points a game in district play, 32.1 points a game overall. And offensively, they score 28.8 points a game. Still a very nice offense, but in district, they even score 29.7 points a game. So defensively, they might have their struggles tonight, but offensively, they have been consistent really all season long with the likes of Troyer and Aaron Bolton. Auto Nation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at Auto Nation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then, get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit Auto Nation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive. And also, folks, we ask you on the iHSFAN Webcast Network to like this video And also subscribe to the channel on this YouTube page that you're listening on. You could also follow our page on X, formerly Twitter, at the same handle, just iHSFAN. Now, as we're getting ready for the captains to meet at midfield, we're going to pause and take a break momentarily on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. Don't go anywhere.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. In an industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin, and was Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Interested in or looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the Stacy Group and realtor Cameron Freeman. Cameron specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Contact realtor Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group today with a text or call to 512-740-1836 to learn more. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
Welcome to the iHSFAN Webcast Network. You are watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Covert Ford, Bush's Chicken, Ideal Signs, Alpha Paving, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events, Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group, Mays Street Boutique, and Lodge Card Club. We want to also thank the 5 high school booster clubs for their support. Now let's head to the field. Here is Joseph Duffy and Michael Alvarez. Visit Mays Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Are you ready to take your celebrations to the next level? Imagine luxury indoor sleepovers that bring the magic of glamping right into your home, or a posh picnic party that brings elegance and charm to your outdoor space. Whether you're planning a birthday bash or a simple get-together with friends, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events is here to make your dreams come true for any special occasion. Our event planning services will ensure every detail is perfect, leaving you free to enjoy the moment. So let Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events turn your next celebration into a memorable masterpiece.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Once again, we do welcome you back to the iHSFAN Webcast Network here at Dr. R.L. Peters Jr. Field at Dragon Stadium. They are celebrating Military Appreciation Night, and we just got to hear a military fanfare from all of the branches, honoring all of our men and women in uniform, both past and present, here at Round Rock. My name is Joseph Duffy, joined alongside Michael Alvarez, getting ready for this game here at 7 o'clock at Dragon Stadium between the Stony Point visiting Tigers and also the Round Rock Dragons. And what should be a great contest between a team in Round Rock that is really trying to vie for a district title again next week, going against the Vanderbilt Vipers, traveling on the road, and what is possibly for a district title. This matchup sure does matter still tonight.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, for Round Rock, there's both teams want to win this game for different reasons. Round Rock wants to keep their conference title hopes alive because they already have a locked-in spot for the playoffs. And then Stony Point, they don't have a shot at the title. They don't have a shot at the playoffs, but they want to beat their rival. And you want to end your season with a win. You don't want to end your season on a loss. So they're going to come out here and they're going to give their blood, sweat, and tears just as much as Round Rock will. And I'm expecting a good one. And
what a way to play spoiler too, and possibly try to cost the Dragons a district title by playing all you have tonight. And if you're the Stony Point Tigers and Craig Cheshire squad, we'll see who won the toss just shortly.
Yeah.
As they take the field.
Because right now Vandergrift sits at 6-0 in conference, and then it goes Round Rock at 5-1, and then it goes Vista Ridge at 4-2. Stony Point pulls off the win here. Round Rock's conference title hopes are gone. So really, Round Rock, they can't afford to just sit this one out. You know, they got to come in here and still give everything they got, even with the fact that they have clinched a playoff berth.
Stony Point won the toss. Will defer to the second half. Aiden Walker and Reggie Hurley back to receive for their Dragons. And we're ready to get started here at Dragon Stadium. Very nice crowd on the 70-degree night in Round Rock, Texas. Military Appreciation Night as the band is flocking up the stairs. As Stony Point is still in their huddle, still not taking the field. And now they do. Getting ready for what should be a fun one tonight. Out to kick is number 35, Noah Lopez. We'll see if he tries to pooch or go all the way towards the direction of Aiden Walker and Reggie Hurley, both who are dangerous return men.
Aiden Walker has about 324 total yards of offense this year, even though he's a defensive back, because he gets about 250 of that from his return game. Per Max Preps, as what I read last night. And
here we go. Noah Lopez kicks it off. That one goes sailing to the back of the end zone for a touchback. And so that'll be where the Dragons start at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And here comes this offense of Round Rock, averaging 34 points a game, 34.8 in district play specifically. And this junior quarterback, Jack Oppel, who has exceeded expectations this year for Coach Cody Moore.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that switched position from last year and took charge of his offense and really just hasn't looked back.
So here we go, 1st and 10. Dylan Yeager on the bottom of your screen, and Reggie Hurley up top. Fakes the handoff right there to Joaquin Maldonado, going downfield, overshot, incomplete. He was trying to look for Carson Griffin, the junior receiver. The first play of the game's an incompletion.
I like the attempt though, Joe. You know, they send a man in motion. They try and fool the defense by a quick handoff, and they go out the gates firing. But good coverage downfield by the Tigers.
5 receiver set, 4 bunched at the bottom of your screen. 2nd and 10. Still empty formation. Jack Oppel pumping towards Yeager, but he thought he was going to get covered. He's just going to take off for about a 2-yard gain. Looking towards Dylan Yeager in the wide receiver screen, but opted to not throw that ball on that play attempt. So Oppel took off for a 2-yard rush.
And defensive tackle Jordan Garcia was the first person to get there, bring him down, and they're a quick third and long here for the Dragons.
Yeah, quick 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Still empty as the bunch receiver at the top of the screen moves now, shifting onto the other side. This now trips right. Maldonado with the play action. Oppel still faking, getting pressured from both sides. Now he's going to take off towards his left, looking downfield, incomplete. Was snagged in the air, but he trailed out of bounds. And if you're the Stony Point defense, that is quite the start as it's 4th and 8.
Yeah, I mean, for the beginning of that play, it seemed like Oppel had a lot of time in the pocket, but he couldn't find a man down the field. It was great coverage downfield by the Tigers, so he was kind of forced to roll out. His pressure started to get to him, obviously. And he has a hard throw on the run, which was technically picked off, but was sailed out of bounds. So they did force a quick 3 and out there.
So here's Gibson Granger out to punt for the Dragons. And Tristan Rhymes, the stud receiver, out to punt return. He calls for a fair catch. Catches it about the 37-yard line. And that is where the Stony Point Tigers will start their first drive. So for Stony Point, a big-time win on the defensive side of the ball to only have 2 yards of offense for Round Rock to give up. And they force a punt on Round Rock's first possession.
Yeah, and the big guy you want to look out for here for the Tigers is definitely senior receiver Andrew Gomez, who is, you know, like you said, averages 97 yards a game and has been the fuel to this offense.
All right, so 1st and 10 at the 37. Aaron Bolton in motion. That's Kenneth Calvis now starting at quarterback, and he's taken down, sacked for the first play of the game. Again, we mentioned that we didn't know which quarterback could possibly start. We've seen both of them have a pretty nice sample of playing time, but Kenneth Calvis is taken down and sacked for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and that was senior defensive lineman Jacob Medea who got there, and that's a good start for this Dragon defense. They kind of respond to what Stony Point's defense came out with too in their first drive.
Matthew Gonzalez now joining the fray at the bottom. 4 receiver set. Calvis keeps it for himself off the option. It's a good amount back. It's about 4 yards in that carry. And that'll set up about 3rd and 9. So quick 3rd downs that are being set up for both teams early.
Yeah, it looks like a little quick read option there where I thought he handed that ball off, and the handoff got about 7. The fake handoff got about 7 yards. But yeah, quick third and 8 here.
9:55 left in this first quarter. The ball now at the 40-yard line of Stony Point. It's 3rd and 8. Calvis stepping up in the pocket, going deep downfield. A little bit of contact, and the flag will be thrown.
Yeah, it looks like Calvin, he put a lot of air under that one, but there was a little bit of contact around the 30.
And it's going to be called pass interference, so a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. The first penalty of the game for either team will be called on the Dragons.
Yeah, that was senior defensive back Noah Cochran who was on coverage there. They got the flag on. And, I mean, there was a little bit of contact at 30. It looked like Cabus was going to overthrow the man, but the refs did throw the flag out there, which will extend Stony Point's drive.
I believe he was looking downfield towards Andrew Gomez, the stud senior receiver, down the seam. So now it's Stony Point ball at the Round Rock 45. 1st and 10. Calbus handing it off. Down goes Andrew Hill.
Aiden Walker on the tackle.
Gained about 3 on that carry.
Okay, so with that flag, Stony Point's now they're in Round Rock territory. A score here would do a lot in their favor to taking advantage to setting the tone in this game early.
2nd and 7, reaching the 9-minute mark. Aaron Bolton in motion. Calbus pressure from all sides, steps up in the pocket, takes off. There is a flag being thrown, so hold on to this one, but Calbus would gain the 1st down sliding. But hold on to this one.
Yeah, they're going to get number 61, Samuel Dermanji, with the hold there. As Calbus was starting to get out of that pocket, you could see him tug on that jersey a little bit.
And they're going to bring this one back. So now it'll be about 2nd down and 17 off the 10-yard penalty. Stony Point gets their first penalty of the game. Full receiver set for the Tigers.
You can
As
hear
Andrew
the
Hill
stand.
is spaced out. Calbus, with no pressure, rolls out towards his left, dumps it off to Aaron Bolton. Gets almost close to the 1st down marker, but goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Round Rock. And that's good enough for a 1st down just by a yard. Nice 18-yard pickup for the Tigers.
Got to give credit to Calbus there as he sat in that pocket and he delivered a strike as pressure was getting to his face. Didn't roll out, didn't fumble away didn't shy from the moment. He sat in there, he delivered a strike and a huge 1st down for the Tigers.
Big 1st down conversion is setting up at about the 34-yard line of Round Rock. Now Andrew Hill gets the carry. Met almost immediately, but gets a solid yard on that carry. And he'll get taken down after a pair or now maybe a trio of Dragons took him down for a gain of 1.
I mean, Andrew Hill in their game against Westwood had 185 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. So I'm thinking they just want to get him going again. They want to keep feeding the hot hand.
2nd and 9 for Calbus. Still joined with Hill in the backfield. Going deep downfield. Overshoots a receiver. He was looking for Andrew Gomez again downfield. Incomplete.
Yeah, Cochran on the coverage there. Good coverage downfield. Just a little. He's put a little too much on these throws so far early in this game.
Again, Andrew Gomez is their best receiver this season. He has been amazing, averaging 97.7 receiving yards a game, number 2 in white. Also has 12 total touchdowns in 2024. So now 3rd down and 9, another quick 3rd down setup for both teams, this time in Round Rock territory. See if the Dragons get off the field here or if the Tigers can convert again. On 3rd and 9, Calbus breaks contain, steps back, goes downfield, pressured, nobody home, incomplete.
Yeah, good pressure there from Breeze Owens, senior defensive lineman. Kind of forced Calbus to fade, kind of like fall away on that throw there, and just kind of had to throw that one away.
So brings up 4th down and 9. The clock stopped at 7:32 off the incompletion. The offense remains on the field for Stony Point. So we talk about, this being an important game for rivalry and trying to play spoiler. This team has nothing to lose here. If you're the Tigers, you're going to go for 4th down here, and 4th and 9. Calbus now joined with Bolton in the backfield, who runs a wheel route. Calbus taking off. Nobody even close. There's no penalties this time around, and now he takes off and goes down for another 1st down.
Yeah, it looks like they dropped one of the linebackers back, and one of them came out on some pressure, so that left the middle of the field wide open, Joe, and he just stepped up in the pocket and grabbed the yards he needs. So that's another huge 3rd down conversion for the Tigers. Oh, that's a 4th down conversion. My bad, for their first 4th down conversion of the drive.
New set of downs, 1st and 10. The handoff now to Andrew Hill, met again at the line of scrimmage, this time for no gain.
Yeah, so they've been trying to get the running game going with Hill, but that stout Round Rock defensive line has done a great job clogging up the middle and not really giving too much running room for the Tigers early.
Yeah, Calbus on that 20-yard gain, by the way, for 4th and 9. It was a 20-yard gain, up to 22 yards rushing on the ground off 3 attempts. 2nd down and 10 at the 14-yard line. Pressured. Rolling towards his left, tucks it, goes past the 20, still loses yardage, and it'll be 3rd down again. He lost about a good 4 yards on that carry.
Yeah, great coverage downfield, and the pressure, guys who's outside kind of forced Calbus out into a rollout and decides to just tuck that one and run, didn't want to toss that one away, which will cost him about 4 yards.
So 3rd and 14 as he went out of bounds. The clock stopped momentarily at 6:22 in this 1st quarter. The ball at the 18-yard line of the Dragons. We've seen this all year long with the Dragons. These long defensive stands, giving up 13.6 points a game in district play. 3rd and long. Pressure this time again on the right side. Almost picked off as he was looking towards, I believe that was Tristan Rhymes on the far side. Incomplete. And now will come the kicking unit for the Tigers.
Yeah, Luke Rodriguez, big 9'6", for the Dragons there, got behind Troyer there and just brought him down on that throw, which forced a tough throw, and that will bring out the kicking team, like you said, Joe. And so Stony Point this is a long opening drive for them, and hopefully it ends in some points here.
So Noah Lopez out to kick. About a 40-yard try, 35-yard try. His kick is up, and it is good. And Stony Point strikes first blood, going up 3-0 here at Dragon Stadium. Don't go anywhere with us here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. An industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin.
Stony Point on the board after a Noah Lopez field goal after a long 5-minute drive. Puts Stony Point on the board, and as Lopez is off to kick this one away, it goes sailing, and Hurley and Walker will lay off yet again. So thank you for joining us here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. Joseph Duffy and Michael Alvarez on the call here tonight. Mike, what did you see right there that you like from Stony Point?
I mean, so first their defense forces a quick 3 and out, and their offense took about 5 minutes off of that clock. They left about 6 minutes left to go in this first, and they ended the game. They ended their drive with points, which is what you want to do. You want to force your opposing team into a quick punt situation, and then work some clock, get down there, and try and score. They had some big pickups on 3rd and long. They had a 4th down pickup, and so far the game plan I've seen from the Tigers has been well.
So 1st down and 10 this time, still the 25 for Jack Oppel on this Dragons offense. Now going to Dylan Yeager on open space, goes across the 50, the 30, He might just go all the way. Touchdown, Dragons. And for a team that had to punt in their first drive, that is a good sign for this offense to get back on the board and take the lead. Touchdown, Round Rock.
Yeah, so right there, Stony Point, they bring pressure. They run a quick play action or a quick RPO slant. And Yeager had one-on-one coverage. He absolutely cooked his man, got himself a lot of open field, and he was gone from there.
They initially tried to run a little trickery, and now comes the offense off the field for Gibson and Granger for the extra point. We were talking about them having to punt initially. A flag is being thrown by the lead referee in the white hat. I think it was all just a misinterpretation of the play clock. So he picks up his flag, and Granger can now go for his extra point, which is up. And it is good. So just like that, the Round Rock Dragons have taken the lead back against the Tigers, and they lead 7-3 here at Dragon Stadium. This crowd is fired up on this military appreciation night.
What a response from the Dragons, though. A lackluster opening drive, which led to Stony Point putting points on the board, and then a one-play 75-yard touchdown is just kind of one. You can't ask for much better.
They've been doing it all season long. At times they've had slow starts, but Coach Cody Moore's team most recently has done better at striking first, I should say, against opponents. You're seeing that explosive offense so far tonight, just in that one play drive alone, averaging 34 points a game on the season. They know to score from all different types of ways, whether it be by the two-headed dragon of Joaquin Maldonado or Moose Garlington, or if it be through the air with Reggie Hurley and Dylan Yeager.
Yeah, I mean, Apple, just makes an easy read there. As he saw the pressure come, he saw his man one-on-one coverage on a quick slant, and that's throw and catch 10 times out of 10, Joe.
And when you have a quick receiver like Yeager, it's hard to defend those slants on those RPOs.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go as the Dragons are set to kick this one back off. Looks to be Bolton and Rhymes out to return on the far side of the field as Granger is off to kick this one off.
We have a packed home crowd here for the Dragons tonight, and you can hear them with their cowbells and they're stomping.
Granger this time trying to pooch this kick. Rhymes receives it at near the 20-yard line, trying to shake and bake, but taken down at about the 27-yard line or 28. They'll mark it officially at the 27. And that is where Stony Point will start their second drive. So if you're Craig Cheshire's team, if really this offense in Kinnick-Albus, you're basically saying, I did all this work right here, drained all this clock. Y'all got all this rest of your defense, and y'all gave up this touchdown. Now I have to get right back on the field. You might not be too pleased.
Yeah, but still a lot of game left to play, and they looked promising on their opening drive. They looked like they've worked the way to get down the field. Let's see if they can mimic that here.
Defensive shift on the line for the Dragons. The handoff botched, as now it is Mason Troyer checked in that quarterback who botched the handoff to Aaron Bolton. The exchange was not clean, and so they're going to lose about 6 yards on that handoff to make it 2nd and 16.
So not a miscommunication there, and not how you wanted to start the drive. Is now you backed up about 8 yards, and you have a long way to get back to the sticks.
Yeah, they actually ruled a loss of 8, so 2nd and 18 as the clock is winding from 5:20 left in this first quarter. Troyer pressure taken down.
It's number 96, Luke Rodriguez, with the sack. That's his second tackle and his first sack of the game. And now they're back even further for a quick 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20 for the Stony Point offense. Trying to see if they can get something going. Their first 3rd down of the game, they got to move the chains because of the pass interference called on Noah Cockrum. Let's see if they can do it again back in their own territory. Troyer going downfield, almost intercepted, but there too prematurely. A pass interference is going to be called.
Yeah, that's senior defensive back Elijah Johnson, as he kind of just, I think he just over jumped on the play and couldn't stop himself, and just kind of had to sit there and deliver the contact there, and that will give Stony Point a free first down and get them out of the hole they dug themselves into.
Let's see if they're going to call this pass interference. Yep, they will. So pass interference on Round Rock, and that'll be the second time tonight they will be called for that pass interference, both on 3rd down, the second penalty of the game for the Dragons.
Yeah, so two penalties, 2 big penalties at that, because they force Stony Point into a 3rd and long, and then they give it up off of a penalty, and it's not what it's a heartbreaker for the defense.
New set of downs. Aaron Bolton getting the handoff. And he just can find nowhere to run. He and Andrew Hill are only getting about a yard or so a carry. He gets about 2 on that one to make it 2nd down and 8.
So like you said, Joe, they haven't really been able to establish that run game at all today or tonight. It's been clogged up pretty well by this Dragons defensive line.
That was Bolton's first carry. We've seen him more in the pass game, as you're going to see right here. Catches that one. His first completed reception of the night, as he just gets swarmed by the Dragons. 3-4 Dragons take him down after a gain of about 4 yards. And also up about 3rd and short for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Dragons has a little pressure, so that left the check down open, and Troyer just took his check down there to move the sticks and make it a 3rd manageable.
Excuse me, I believe Bolton actually had big yak reception early for 20 yards. That's his 2nd catch. As Troyer looks for Bolton again for the first down, he secures it, and that's good enough to move the chains once again for the Tigers.
I thought that's a risky pass. I thought Cochran was going to jump in front of that, but it's a good strike from Troyer, and it will move the sticks.
7-yard gain for the Tigers from Troyer to Bolton. And that'll move the ball up yet again, now to the 42-yard line. Approaching midfield is Stony Point. Bolton up to 3 catches for 32 yards already. Troyer trying to buy some time, stepping up in the pocket, pressured yet again by the Dragons, taken down yet again. The 3rd sack of the day already for this Round Rock team. A loss of 6.
Yeah, I mean, it was great pressure downfield. Troyer kind of had to step up in the pocket twice. He had to back into the pocket after stepping up, and then just evidently just got swarmed.
So 2nd and 16 for Stony Point, this time at the 36-yard line. 2:10 left in this first quarter. Round Rock leading 7-3 after a 75-yard touchdown from Dylan Yeager. So 2nd and 16, Troyer this time taken off once again like Calba's last drive, and going to slide down just shy of the first down marker. He almost could have gotten a few more, but if you're the quarterback, you got to go down on that one.
So that's the 2nd time they brought a little pressure, and they dropped another man back, and it kind of left a part of the field wide open for the chance for Troyer to do something with his legs there. And he makes this one 3rd and manageable after being pushed back previously on a 2nd and long.
Gain of 12 for Troyer. 3rd and 4 for this impending play. The cowbells are ringing by the Dragon faithful. At the 48-yard line is Stony Point. Troyer going towards the slant route again, this time towards Rhymes. It's once again a complete. Another big 3rd down conversion for this Tigers offense.
So this is their second drive, and that's 2 drives now for the Tigers where they were stuck on a 3rd and long. The Dragons kind of gifted them a first down, and then after that just found some momentum and pushed it into Dragon territory again.
14-yard throw and catch. Rhymes' first catch of the day. 1st and 10. Now to Andrew Hill, who gets another carry, trying to weave through and shift, but he goes down after about a 5-yard gain. They ruled actually a 4-yard gain for Hill. It'll be his 4th carry for 8 yards total, so they've kept him in check for the majority of this game. 2nd and 6 with 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Another handoff to Hill, and he is bottled up once again, this time for a gain of 1. Let's see if Stony Point tries to rush this one as the clock winds down with about 15 seconds left and counting.
So they're trying to get something on the ground with Hill, and it's just so far it's been tough sledding.
Yeah, and they're going to let this clock wind out. Craig Cheshire waves for his team to come towards the sideline. Zarin Santicum's offense has done very solid so far today, trying to keep this Dragons defense on their heels. Dragons leading 7-3 after 1 here at Dragon Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is the iHSFAN Webcast Network.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Good evening and welcome back to the iHSFAN Webcast Network, as it is the start of the second quarter here in this match between the Tigers and the Dragons, with the Dragons up 7-3, but the Tigers on a push. Here's a quick handoff that's going to get swarmed in the backfield, and he'll be slammed down. Number 8, London. Aaron Bolton for the Tigers just had no running room there, and he was instantly swarmed in the backfield, and that will bring up a 4th and a long here.
And that was Burton met with Christian Burton, the linebacker, who bottled him up for a loss right there on 3rd down. A loss of 6 on that carry, as there was nowhere for Aaron Bolton to go.
So, yeah, a huge defensive play there. That will force the Tigers to punt on this 4th and long here. And so far there's no man back to receive. And now they'll kind of drop back, and he'll just boot that in the end zone. And that will be a touchback, and the Dragons will take over at 25. So a huge stop there for the Dragons, as you know they give up a big penalty, and it gives the Tigers a little momentum as they push into Dragon territory, and then on a 3rd and short they absolutely blow up that run play and force a punt there. Great stand by the Dragons, who offense does have momentum with their one-play drive last time out. Let's see if they can mimic that here.
That play right there is how you set a tone, Michael Alvarez.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Jack Oppel again.
Oppel will take the snap. He will hand off to Garlington. Garlington will find some room on the outside, and he has a little bit of daylight. And he is still running. He will follow a block. He'll bounce back to the inside. Big run there. Pick up about 30 yards to the Tiger 45-yard line. A huge run there from Garlington, part of the two-headed dragon, we like to say. And there's a big run for the Dragons there. I've been waiting for their running game to make an appearance.
And you talk about that tough running right there. That's why they call him the Moose, I guess.
Oppel takes an empty backfield. He insta pressure up the middle, and he will go down. A huge sack for the Tigers. That is big number 94, TJ Daniel, on the stop there. He makes a huge stop and pushes the Tigers back well behind the sticks. A much-needed defensive play there for the Tigers.
Yeah, a big loss right there. And you need plays like that. Of course, like you were talking about, a one-play touchdown drive for 75 yards on the slant route from Oppel to Yeager on that last drive. You have to get something to go back your way. And sacks like those is how you do it.
Oppel takes a snap. He will fake the handoff and give it to Hurley on the reverse. And Hurley has some speed and some open daylight. And he finds the sticks, and he's still going and gets almost back up to that first down marker as he picked up a lot of those yards there. Nice play there from the Dragons, but there is a flag on the play.
And it's going to be holding. Yeah,
and
I mean, you hate to see plays like that because that was a really beautiful reverse. I mean, that right there is how you catch a defense sleeping. You're not expecting trickery, especially after a sack.
So instead of a 3rd and 1, it will be a 2nd and 28 for the Dragons here. So definitely not in the position they want to be. But Hurley, without that play being negated, there was a lot of speed there. He had a lot of open field. I really like that play call from the Dragons.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's still second and 19, so they didn't move back too many yards. Interesting there, but Oppel will take the snap, and he'll do a dump quick off to Hurley, and Hurley will try and he also finds some more open. So he'll try and hurdle him, man. Hurley will try and jump over the defender. I think that was in his head that entire play. He wanted that hurdle that whole time.
And he almost got it, too. Hurley hurdling, I should say. And almost did it at the bottom of your screen right there, but puts them right back at 3rd and manageable. A big gain right there.
But Eric Spencer was having none of that as he sat there and just waited for Hurley to make a move. And here goes Oppel again on the snap. He'll drop back to pass. A little bit of pressure up the middle. He'll step up in the pocket. A man behind him, and he will break a tackle, but he will eventually, he's still fighting and takes a big hit. But a lot of fighting there for about a pickup of 5 yards, if that, and it will be 4th down for the Dragons with 8:51 to play. But it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere, as it is 4th and 4, 4th and manageable here on plus territory. So the Dragons elect to stay on the field here.
I do like this play call if they do like to keep going here, which I kind of presume it's now empty.
He'll do a little pooch punt here and kind of just pin the not really pin the Tigers back, but a little pooch punt there, just trick the defense a little bit, and the Tigers will take over at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I would have actually liked to see if they would go for that 4th and short.
23-yard line, I apologize.
Yeah, you really have nothing to lose there. I wouldn't really have hated right there if they gone for 4th and 4. Like you were saying, it was 4th and very manageable. But, it really doesn't hurt because your defense has been playing much better these past 2 drives. And so you can really just rely on them to get the ball right back to your team's offense.
Quick handoff there, as that is Calbus is back in the game for the Tigers. So far the Tigers they flipped their quarterbacks each drive here, I guess, to keep the defense guessing, keep them dealing with 2 different types of quarterbacks. And they'll do a quick handoff there for no gain, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
So far looking like a defensive game, as Aaron Bolton still can't really break anything loose thus far on the ground. And they're swapping quarterbacks, like you said, for Stony Point.
Calbus will drop back to pass. Pressure on the backside, but he'll deliver a strike over the middle into double coverage, but it is a jumping catch. Huge catch there by Tristan Rhymes.
And I tell you what, that's the 2nd time tonight we've seen some risky throws right there from the quarterback core and the Tigers. Last time we saw it from Troyer, completed to Rhymes, but once again we see it again downfield, this time from the hands of Calbus.
And that's a 19-yard pickup for the first down. Ball now on their own 47-yard line. So there's a little momentum strike there. He kind of throws that up. He gives his receiver a chance there, and it works out in their favor, and they get a big first down.
Rhymes' 2nd catch, by the way.
Calbus sends a man in motion. drops back. More pressure up the middle, and he will be forced to take a sack there as the pressure did get in that time. And they're dancing around the backfield for the Dragons. As Calvis, he didn't really have anything downfield, kind of stepped up into some pressure and kind of had to take the sack there. And that will be second and a loss of 3, so second and 13 from their own 44-yard line with 7 minutes left to go in this second quarter.
You know, besides those 2 plays that Troyer and Cowboys have taken off on, they've really done well to keep them contained inside the pocket, albeit those 2 plays. But so far they're doing well to keep these mobile QBs stuck in the pocket and not going past the heel line.
Cowboys in empty backfield. It will be a QB draw, and he will pick up about 4 yards there and make it a 3rd and 9 coming up. So 3rd and 9, they get to about the 50-yard line. And it's 3rd and 7, so about a 6-yard gain there. And you know they're about the 50-yard line. I mean, do you go for it? Depending on what you get on this play, do you go for it, Joe, or is this like punting if they don't really get much here?
I mean, I know your back is against the wall going to enemy territory, but I don't know if you go against a sleeping giant offense that just really haven't woken up yet.
Cowboys will throw a quick out, but it will be out of the reach of his man Gomez, and that will be a 4th and 7, so the punt team will most likely come out for the Tigers. So a big stop after kind of a jump ball there from the Dragon defense as they force a sack and they force a couple incompletions.
And Calbus right there just kicking himself. I know he wants that pass back. He really had an open man right there on that far side towards the Tiger sideline. But as Noah Lopez comes back, it's going to be another opportunity to see if this Dragons offense can really get going.
Yeager and Walker back to return. Here's the boot. Walker will let this bounce into his hands, and he will take this one, and he will find some room up the middle, and he finds a hole, but he will be wrapped up around the 38-yard line or 34-yard line, and that is where the Dragons will start their drive with 5:44 left to go in this first half. 7-3 ball game.
And as we wrap up what has really been a really quick first half, Michael. This is a really big drive here for both teams. Let's see if the Dragons can go up 2 scores, or let's see if Stony Point could possibly make this a 1-score game still. They're really doing much better defensively than I expected and really anticipated this game. But Jack Oppel, they're really knocking on this door, this offense.
Oppel will hand that off to, I believe, was Maldonado. Was Gualquimado, but doesn't look like they got much on that play, if any. Looks like a 2nd and long coming up.
Yeah, really surprised. I mean, that's Maldonado's first carry of the game, Michael.
Yeah, they haven't. In Garlington hasn't gotten much carries either. It's been a really. I mean, granted, they've had this is their 4th drive. One of them was a quick 3 and out. The other one was a 1-yard strike. It was a 1-play strike. The other one resulted in a punt. So not a lot of touches there for him, and Oppel will take kind of a bad snap there, and he will hand off to Maldonado. Maldonado will break a tackle, and he will be dragged down, but not after a pickup of about 4 yards, and it makes it a 3rd and short here.
Yeah, 3rd and short for sure, and again, as Garlington checks in, as Maldonado goes off the field, this is what you expect from this 2-headed Dragon. They run tough. Again, not the biggest guys in the world, but they put their head down and find the hole and attack it with ferocity. And now you set up 3rd and short with Garlington next to Oppel.
3rd and 1 here. I expect a handoff. Kind of just stuff this one up the middle. And they will hand off to the outside. And Maldonado will pick up, or Garlington, I mean, he will pick up that first down. Big first down pickup there for the Dragons. They will extend this drive, and they push into Tiger territory.
Nice 10-yard pickup.
And here they're going to run some hurry up as he will send Yeager in motion, empty backfield. He will dump it off to Yeager. Fall his blocks of the field. He'll bounce one up the middle, and he kind of finds the outside there. Another big pickup for the Dragons, as that's about a 10-yard pickup there again, and that's another first down. And they are moving the sticks quickly now, Joe.
And again, you're seeing that sleeping Dragon. I was talking about a sleeping giant, as you know, classically. It's starting to really get hustling and bustling down the field, and that's why this drive is so big, to possibly make it a 2-score game against a team of Stony Point that has nothing to lose.
Yeah, Oppel sends another man in motion. And he will hand this one off to Garlington. Garlington will spin in the backfield, but he will run into another defender, and he will pick up about 2 yards there. So a 2nd and 8 from the Tiger 27-yard line with 3:49 left to go in this first half. Opple will line up with three receivers out wide. Garlington in the backfield. And he will hand this off to Garlington again. Garlington will lower the shoulder, run straight up the middle, and pick up about another 2 yards there. And it will be about a 3rd and 6, 3rd and medium here for the Dragons. 3rd and 5 for the Dragons here with 3:11 left to go on the Tiger 24-yard line. So I'm assuming that they're going to want to punch us in for a touchdown for sure, but a field goal here would still make it a we'll keep it a 1-possession game, but it will extend their lead to 7.
And again, nothing to rush here as well for this offense. They're probably trying to leave Stony Point with as little time as they can leave them with in the end of this first half and force them to try to throw this ball and possibly get another turnover in the midst of it. So big 3rd and 5 here.
Opple will draw back to pass. He's looking to his left. No one there. Will throw it back to his right, and there he has his man, which is just about a yard short of that first down. That was number 41.
It looks to be Jonah Mussey, the sophomore tight end. Don't see many targets for him, but that's a big-time catch right there. Setting up 4th and short, and the offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of found that drag route there as kind of his last option. Pick up about 4 yards, and it's a 4th and 1, and the offense, like you said, will stay on that field, and it looks like they'll probably punch us in. They got Maldonado in the backfield with a heavy set. I expect nothing but a handoff here. And they will hand off to Maldonado, and he will find a crease up the middle, and he will drag a defender for that first down.
Nice 5-yard gain from the tough running Joaquin Maldonado up to 12 yards rushing. And how awesome it is for Coach Cody Moore to have something to lean on with that consistent run offense that they have between him and Garlington. Whether it be 4th and short, whether it be 3rd and short, even 3rd and medium, you can always go to these guys to get you just what you need to move the chains.
Yeah, they're guys that don't shy from contact either. They want to hit somebody. Opple will hand off to Maldonado again, but he will be met quickly in the backfield. Huge stop for the Tigers there, excuse me. That is number 25, Tristan Butler, the first one to get there in the backfield and send them back about 3 yards there. And again, so it will be 2nd and 12 from their own 17 we're approaching about a minute left to play in this first half.
And again, if you're just now joining us, Tristan Butler, I believe, at least according to Max Preps, has 19 sacks on the season. He is the best defensive player for this Tigers defense, and you're seeing just why with that tackle for loss right there.
2nd and 12, Opple will take the snap. He'll do a quick dump off to Hurley, but it will bounce off of his hands, and it will be incomplete. So now it is 3rd and 12, and that incompletion will stop the clock at 48 seconds on the Tiger 17-yard line. So 3rd and long here. What do you want to see?
Well, as Coach Cody Moore calls timeout here, he's going to try to take some time to talk this one over, as this is a huge call here. And we're going to take a break with him. We'll be right back here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Good evening and welcome back to the iHSFAN Webcast Network, as we are We're watching Round Rock ISD football, and we have a good one here, 7-3 with 48 seconds left in the first half. The Dragons lead the Tigers, and a 3rd and 12 here in Opel will take the snap, and he will just hand this off to Maldonado. Maldonado will find a crease. He will bump up a man, and he will find the end zone. A very nice play there, and there is the two-headed dragon at its best there.
And again, like I was just saying, if you're Coach Cody Moore, how awesome it is to have this rush attack to lean on. That is 3rd and long with 48 seconds remaining, and you opt to run the ball with Joaquin Maldonado for a 17-yard touchdown. And as they stay on the field for a 2-point conversion, it's going to be caught and taken in.
Quick strike over to Hurley. So they go for 2 there. With an interesting formation where they line their linemen up on the left. They have 1 man in the middle, and they have 3 guys on the right, and they dump it off to Hurley, get some good blocks there, and it is 15-3 with 41 seconds left to go in this first half. So like you were saying, Joe, I mean a big run there from Maldonado as he makes this kind of he gets to the first down and kind of makes a man miss, a sweet little move, cut back in the inside, and just walks his way in the end zone. And just like that, it is 15-3 Dragons as we approach the end of this first half. So Tigers got all 3 timeouts. They got 41 seconds. I think this is when they need to start letting the ball fly, as they've been a little passive, a little timid on their deep strikes, as that's not what I thought I'd be saying for this team in this game. But they've held back a little bit on those, and I'd like to see them kind of open that up in this last 40 seconds and try and push the ball down the field.
And this could be a tough predicament for them because with 41 seconds left, like I was saying, I expect them to get the ball back and end the half and try to push it down the field. But if you push it down the field, you got to watch out for this defense. So let's see what they try to do here. I don't know if they're going to really try to push it downfield with if this one gets touched back or pooched. But if they do, they have to protect this ball.
They will pooch it, and he will return it. And he will find some room to the outside. He is finding that crease in. Oh, a flag on the play. But that was number 8, Aaron Bolden, running back for the Tigers, as he was the man on the return there as he kind of pushed it back to the outside. But there will be a holding on the offense, so that play will be negated, and they will start deep in their own territory.
And you just hate to see that off of a great run right there by Aaron Bolden, going almost coast to coast, sideline to sideline, if you want to really call it like that. But you almost had a really nice start right there to a final drive for the end of the half, but then you just had holding. So it looks like Troyer's back in the game at quarterback for the Tigers. Let's see if they elect to hand this one off to Andrew Hill in the backfield, or if they just want to push it downfield with Rhymes and Gomez.
I think they got to get Gomez and Rhymes going in this game, especially Gomez, as he is y'all's big target there, and that goes absolutely nowhere on the handoff. So it looks like they will be conservative to end this first half, and big takedown there. And again, they haven't been able to get much of the running game going.
Yeah, and I mean, they haven't been able to get it going at all. When you look at Andrew Hill, he only has 3 rush yards off 6 carries. Aaron Bolden, who I thought would be doing much better, he's actually had much better of a receiving game thus far. But on the ground, -4 rush yards. Of course, Troyer and Cowboys have been sacked a lot, and so they've been held to just between 10 to 15 rush yards as well. And it is now the end of the first half. And Round Rock right there, that is how you want to end the first half. Of course, defense still doing their job. But for the offensive side of the ball, to have that one-play drive, that was the one that really changed the game for them, going from Opel to Yeager off the slant route, 75 yards. That was the turning point for them, what kind of woke them up, and you saw really just the climax that it had in the first half. At the end of the play with Joaquin Maldonado going 17 yards all the way for the touchdown on a 3rd and 12. Still can't believe that, but that just shows the trust that Coach Cody Moore has in this rush attack.
And like that, we reach halftime in this Round Rock ISD Division 6 clash, and the Dragons will have a 15-3 lead over the Tigers, and we will take a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the iHSFAN Webcast Network.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. In an industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin, and was recognized this year as a top contractor with 4constructionpros.com. These awards are a testament to how we do business with all our customers. If you're looking for Texas's most dependable asphalt paving contractor, contact Alpha today. Longtime MacLeod parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Welcome to the iHSFAN Webcast Network. You are watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Covert Ford, Bush's Chicken, Ideal Signs, Alpha Paving, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events, Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group, Mays Street Boutique, and Lodge Card Club. We want to also thank the 5 high school booster clubs for their support. Now let's head to the field. Here is Joseph Duffy and Michael Alvarez.
AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then, get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive. We also ask y'all to please like and subscribe to our YouTube and X handles at iHSFAN Webcast Network, and for all your coverage of your favorite Round Rock ISD sports moments. Welcome back to the iHSFAN Webcast Network presented by Covert Ford. I'm Michael Alvarez. Joined alongside me is Joseph Duffy. We are back for a halftime presented by iHSFAN and Covert Ford. It is 15-3 Dragons as we kind of welcome the band and all the other events they have during this 30-minute halftime. Joe, we kind of get into that first half. It wasn't a lot of action. It's a 15-3 game. What did you kind of see that kind of led to this moment?
Well, I mean, it looked like a really big defensive game overall. Still has the remnants of a defensive game in a way, if you want to look at it like that. But you're seeing what makes Round Rock. And 7-1 on the season, 5-2 in district. This game is so important for them as they're trying to close in on possibly competing for a district title next week against Vandegrift. And as Vandegrift has been so dominant this year, of course, they'll be welcoming the Round Rock Dragons next week in what should be a matchup of titans, if you will, in this district. So this game matters so much a lot for Round Rock, even though it might not matter as much besides a rivalry for the Stony Point Tigers. And you're seeing just how Round Rock has thrived with their style of play. Of course, balanced offense, but also great defensive play. And, you know, especially in the red zone, I mean, they started off a little bit rough, the Dragons, but they found a way to hold Noah Lopez to that field goal from 35 yards out for the only score for Stony Point. And since that point, the defense has just been spectacular. You've seen them only give up 14 points a game this year overall and 13 points in district play. And they're on, you know, well under that pace so far in this game. And for the offense, of course, waking up, like I just said a few minutes ago, with the pass from Oppel to Dylan Yeager, 75 yards, that was what changed the game for this offense. And you're seeing just what makes them great in this first half.
Yeah, and then for the Tigers, it's really just the inconsistency. I mean, they've had some decently big plays, and they've been blessed with some penalties that extended their drives. But outside of that, you know, they're not looking like the Tiger team that wants to go score 28, 30 points a game. Even though this is a tough and stout Round Rock defensive front and secondary. I haven't seen much of what I expect out of them, which is going to be a heavy passing game, as they run kind of the dual quarterback where we've seen them flip for each possession. And they've been trying to get Hill going on the ground, as he did pick up 185 yards and 3 touchdowns in their last win against Westwood, but hasn't had much, like you said. I think about 3 total yards in this game already on 6 carries. And outside of that, there hasn't been much in the air either. So the Tiger offense is just kind of in a standstill here so far.
And really, you talk about the pass game also not going well. Let's talk about Tristan Rhymes and Andrew Gomez, who have also been held mainly in check as well. I mean, Tristan Rhymes has 2 catches for 36 yards so far. A very quiet night for him. Last week, he had 2 catches for 28 yards as well, but he really is a sleeping giant. But mainly, Andrew Gomez, who had 2 catches for 115 yards last week, of course, defeating Round Rock Westwood 52-27 last week. He had those 2 catches, 115 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown. Tonight, so far, does not have a catch. So,
Man.
I mean, that just right there tells the story of the game really for the Tigers. If you're keeping the number 1 receiver in check, I mean, you almost pretty much just have the winning formula right there. It almost is like the Belichick formula, if you will, for all our NFL fans out there. Bill Belichick knows how to take out the number 1 receiver in the game. And you're seeing that tonight for this Round Rock defense, keeping Andrew Gomez as a non-factor. And so far, this front 7 has also been sensational. I believe they have 4 sacks tonight, 2 each to Troyer and also Kinnick Calbus. Again, you're talking about that dual quarterback game plan that they're running so far, Craig Cheshire's team, for the Stony Point Tigers. So far, only 3 points tonight. I thought after that first drive, that was probably their best drive of the game. I thought they would get a touchdown possibly in the next 2 drives, but so far they've struggled to even move the chains. They've relied on some flags being called and pass interference on 3rd downs twice. And besides that, the running game is just not going. So if Stony Point wants to win this one, they have to find a way to get the ball to Andrew Gomez, their best player on offense, and move the chains.
Yeah, I mean, when you can't get the ball to your best receivers and you also can't get the run game going, you're not threatening anything for that Dragon defense. So they're just kind of sitting at home and they're building their confidence. And I mean, outside of their 2 penalties, which extended 2 Stony Point drives, which led to Stony Point's own 3. One of those drives leading to Stony Point's only 3 points in the game. They have a lot of confidence. They haven't really given up anything, and right now that Stony Point, that offense isn't playing with a lot of confidence. So it's been the story of the game, is how ineffective the Stony Point offense has been so far, and mainly because of how well the Dragon defense has played. But other than that, that will be our halftime kind of breakdown, as we will keep it here for a little bit, and we all can watch the bands, as this is Stony Point's marching band on at the moment, and then soon Round Rock will be after. But you don't go anywhere for more coverage coming up in the second half.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Auto Nation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at Auto Nation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then, get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit Auto Nation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive. Folks, we ask you also to like and subscribe on this stream and on this channel, iHSFAN Webcast Network, and also follow our accounts on X, formerly Twitter, at iHSFAN, the handle. We do welcome you back to Dr. R.L. Peters Jr. Field here live at Round Rock Dragon Stadium, where the Round Rock Dragons leading 15-3 after the end of the first half. Very slow defensive start for both teams, but Round Rock pulling away at the end of the first half, courtesy to a Dylan Yeager 75-yard touchdown strike from Jack Oppel, and then also a Joaquin Maldonado 17-yard rush touchdown on 3rd and 12 in the red zone to make it 15-3. This is the iHSFAN Webcast Network presented by Covert Ford. My name is Joseph Duffy, joined alongside Michael Alvarez. And Mike, we're getting ready for the second half here. What do you see from both sides, and what do you think can happen for each team to possibly win this game?
If I'm the Dragons, I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm keeping Stony Point's offense contained. I'm not giving them much to go. And the Dragon offense just they've been calm. They've had drives where they were a little inconsistent and it didn't go their way. But they had other drives. They had one like quick strike touchdowns, and they worked it for like towards the end of that first half for a score. And they keep that up. They keep the momentum on their side. For the Tigers, you gotta flip your whole game plan around. Offensively, at least. Defense is playing a solid game. They've only given up 15 so far. Offense, only scoring 3 is definitely not where you want to be at this stage. But still a whole half to play. Still a lot of football to go. They're only down 2 possessions. This is still anyone's ball game. So Tigers just need to find some offense and find some offense quickly.
Yeah, first half flew by, Michael. Only 4 drives each from both teams. And as Gibson Granger is set to kick this one off, we're getting ready for the second half. Let's see if Round Rock can hold on, or if the Stony Point Tigers can come back with this one. As that one drops in front of Aaron Bolton, he has to pick it up, and he'll get dropped at about the 9-yard line. His foot might have been out of bounds as he tried to touch the ball, and if so, that might be one of the smartest plays I've seen from a high school return man. And let's see what they call right here as that ball is dropped, the flag is dropped right on the sideline. Unless they're going to rule this as possibly dribbling out of bounds. I didn't see that. It looked like Aaron Bolton picked it up in bounds.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of had to pick that one up because it looked like it was going to fall out of bounds. And then it didn't, and the defender was right there, so he had to make a quick decision. And it will be a kick out of bounds, and that will push them up to the 30, I think. The 30? Okay, so they give him to the 30.
Yeah, good on Aaron Bolton right there to let that ball travel near the sideline. It almost ended up being a very good kickoff for Gibson Granger, but Aaron Bolton doesn't get that first handoff, and he is bottled up behind the line of scrimmage and gang tackled by the Dragons again for a loss of 2, starting at the 30-yard line of the Tigers.
Yeah, so again, they're picked up right kind of back where they left off the first half. The run game not really working there, and the Dragon defensive line just punishing that offensive line and shutting down that run game like they've done all night.
By the way, if you're just now joining us, for the Stony Point Tigers, they run a 2-quarterback system between Mason Troyer and Kenneth Calbus. Right in at the start of this second half is Mason Troyer, as the right tackle, Javante Yerger, jumped prematurely for a false start, and that'll push back the Tigers 5 yards.
So just like that, it is 2nd and 17 now. So not where you want to start as the Tigers in your inaugural drive the second half.
Again, this Mason Troyer now with the ball, who catches Andrew Gomez on the slant. His first catch finally of the day. And he is on the board receiving as he gets that one up to the 35-yard line.
As the Tigers, that that's the man that you want to consistently find. That's your go-to. That's your receiver. That's your difference maker. And that being his first catch is not great for them, but hopefully that's kind of a swing for them to start turning this ball game around offense.
Trips left. Gain of 12 with that last play. Troyer down the middle of the field looking for Aaron Bolton. Almost intercepted. And incomplete all in all, as that was almost intercepted by the junior Mike linebacker Christian Burton, who broke that one up in the middle of the field. And that's going to be another missed opportunity on third down for the Stony Point Tigers, and a big-time defensive start in the second half for the Dragons.
Yeah, so the Dragons brought pressure there, which led to some one-on-one coverages, and it was a good read. Just the ball was a little bit behind them, so
Noah
tough end.
Lopez out to punt. Aiden Walker just going to let this one sail out of bounds, and they'll mark this one going out of bounds at about the 30. He just keeps on going, the 34-yard line of Round Rock. And that's where they'll start in their first possession of the second half.
So the Dragon defense has done what they've done all game so far, and it's pushed the Tigers back. It's forced them into long second downs, long third downs, keeping them behind the sticks. And that's really what's depleted the Stony Point offense in this game so far.
First and 10 to the 34, 10:27 left in this third quarter. Dylan Yeager in motion behind Apple. Going to hand this one off to Moose Garlington to start off this drive. And he gets about 7 yards or so on his first carry of the second half.
Yeah, so it looked like we're going to see a lot more of Garlington and a lot more of Maldonado in the second half. As it looks like the Dragons will most likely just try and work as much of this clock as they can.
Yeah, trying to
speed this game along.
Trying to tire, especially on the edges for the Stony Point defense. Garlington up to 5 carries and 52 yards. Second down and 3. Apple on play action, going deep downfield towards Yeager. Off his outstretched hands, just misses him near about the 25-yard line. And you know Apple wants that one back, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, he got one-on-one coverage. Yeager had his man beat, and Apple just missed him. As we saw that in pregame, those were some of the throws that they were practicing. And just out of the outstretched hands of Yeager there for an incompletion, 3rd and 3.
Third and short this time for the Dragons. Still at the 41-yard line. Apple waiting for his play call on the sideline. Still joined the backfield with Moose Garlington. Apple keeps it for himself. Dumps it off to the sidelines. This time towards Carson Griffin. And he gets enough for a first down and plenty more as he gets tackled at about the 44-yard line. Well enough for a first down this time, setting up shop in Stony Point territory.
So a little fake handoff RPO there. And he gave his man, he had a lot of room on that outside. Apple could have taken that for himself as there was nobody on that right side of the field, but he elects to dump it off there for a good gain and a first down.
New set of downs for Round Rock, this time at the 44. More play action. Almost intercepted off the hands of the Mike linebacker, looking for Yeager again. That's 2 straight missed targets from Apple to Yeager. Second down and 10 for Round Rock. Hand off to Garlington. Once again, going to the edges are this rush attack. And he gets about 7 yards on that carry to set up 3rd and short once more for this Dragons offense.
Yeah, a lot of outside, a lot of stretches, handoffs for this Dragon offense, and that's been their bread and butter in the run game. Has been those stretch runs, bounce to the outside, and they've averaged probably about 7 yards on just those alone. And they pick up 8 there.
3rd and officially 2 yards to go to move the chains for the Dragons. Oppel. The handoff once again to Garlington. Did he get enough for the first down? He's just shy by a yard.
So decision time here for the Dragons. Do they keep the foot on the neck? They keep the foot on the gas pedal. They push down. They go for this, or you know they kick a field goal here.
I think this is all go right here, and they're not really wasting any time with this one.
Yeah, it looks like they run a little.
I might see a little bit of a tush push here as Oppel is going to go for the sneak, and he didn't get anything on that one. He gets no gain on the QB sneak, and that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Dragons offense as Cody Moore is incensed. Trying to look at the officials on the sidelines. I'm not sure if he's more upset at the officials or his players. It looks like he's more upset not getting a timeout call granted. And he's going to let the lead official hear about it, as that will be a turnover and downs on the QB sneak that was failed. And it's Stony Point ball.
It looks like Oppel he went down early. I mean, he kind of just, I know like you kind of just fall straight to the sticks, but he kind of fell a little too soon.
So now, Stony Point taking over right here with Kenneth Calvis checked back in. A flag is thrown as he's tackled as he tries to slide, as they were starting at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, get a hold here for the Tigers, and again they put themselves into holes early in the downs, and now I mean you already got it first and long. You keep getting yourself behind the sticks. You're pushing yourself further and further back, and it's not helping. It's not helping your momentum. It's not helping your offensive production.
So officially holding called on Stony Point. That'll push them back 10 yards from the previous spot. They'll set up at about the 27-yard line. It'll still be about first and long. Stony Point has to get something going eventually. Andrew Gomez finally got his first catch on their last drive, a catch of 12 yards. Now it's empty formation, looking towards Gomez again off the slant, off his fingertips. As Calvis was pressured right there, very late. Andrew Gomez might have heard a ghost right there as he was approaching the middle of the field.
He looked like he was talking to Calvis at the end of that, kind of saying, "Hey, put it in my chest, get it to me here." So some miscommunication there. Maybe a little bit of frustration expressed from the Tiger offense as they are in a second and long here.
Again, it was Troyer last drive. Kenneth Calvis checked back in at quarterback. Now behind him is Aaron Bolton, the running back. Play action rolling out towards this right. Going back to Andrew Gomez. This time he hits him in the chest, but he can't hang on. And that'll set up third and long for the Tigers.
So back-to-back drops for Gomez there. Truly unfortunate because he catches that one there. I think he can turn that around and get at least back to the sticks and make it a third and at least manageable. But now you're at a third and long here, Joe.
And just a frustrating night for Andrew Gomez. Again, only one catch for 12 yards. If they win this game, it's because he has to get going, really, in this second half. So trips right. As Bolton is spaced out towards the left. And now Calvis going to keep it for himself. Trying to shake a Round Rock defender. Doesn't get much, only about 9 yards on that carry. Now back to the original spot where the turnover on downs occurred. And it's fourth down.
Yeah, so again there, just the Tiger, they're just beating themselves up, really, that they're having some drop issues. They keep starting deep behind the sticks with penalties or sacks, and it's just no rhythm so far for the Tigers tonight.
So now at about the 37-yard line, Noah Lopez going to take this punt, sky it high in the air. That one's going to be caught by Aiden Walker, who dodges the defender, trying to find some space, tackle near about the 49-yard line of Stony Point, and that is where the Dragons will start on this other drive. And Cody Moore is still trying to let the officials hear about it on the sidelines.
Cody Moore is again not happy as he is yelling at this poor field. the poor sideline judge here.
Yeah, he is just almost losing it right here, but you can see just how much this means to him. This is a big game here, leading by 12 at home, but you have a big one, of course, next week, but you just can't let this one go by easily. And let's see what his offense can do with their second drive of the second half. First and 10 for Round Rock. 6:34 left in this third quarter. The handoff once again to Garlington. Playing low on the edge this time. Getting tackled at about the 40. He gets 9 yards in the carry, and the crowd just serenading with the Moose chants.
Yeah, I mean, that's where Round Rock has found most of their success today, and that's the outside runs. You know, the outside handoffs. I mean, getting to the edge, the O-line setting the edge, and just working off from there.
They've been pounding the stretch play all game long. Second and short. The handoff to Garlington, officially handed off to Garlington for a first down and plenty more. It almost looked like Oppo was going to keep it for himself in the very end. He could have had a lot of space there, but nonetheless, the chains move, and it's a first down off a 5-yard carry for Moose Garlington.
So first and 10 here.
At the 36-yard line are the Dragons. Yeager catches this one from the backfield, gets a couple of blocks, still going downfield and gets about 15 yards. Actually, the rule about 13 yards, plenty for the first down though. And now the Dragons are in motion.
Grand Dragons are in attack mode here as it looks like they want to keep diving in this playbook. They want to maybe get this. They want to get one more touchdown here and then probably start working the clock from there. So as the Tigers, you really need to find a way to get a stop, at least hold them to 3.
Yeager up to 3 catches for 103 yards. Of course, the bulk of that came from that 75-yard touchdown in the first quarter. New set of downs for the Dragons yet again. Fakes the handoff to Garlington, and that's off the hands. This time off Yeager on the left side. Incomplete.
Yeah, so a drop pass there on a wide receiver screen, but he would have had space that if he would have crowded that one in. But it just kind of just off his fingertips.
So second down and 10 for Round Rock as Joaquin Maldonado checks in. Moose Garlington heading back out toward the sidelines. .5:18 on the clock. Now Maldonado gets the carry, trying to plant his foot back in and work towards the first down marker. He gets about 4 yards.
Yeah, so far this drive, Round Rock's been going to what's been working, and that's just running the ball to the outside, and they're running clock. They're moving down the field efficiently. I don't see any reason for them to go away from this run attack and then these little quick pass options.
So 3rd and 6 right here for the Round Rock Dragons. You have to think it's 4-down territory yet again. And Stony Point has almost had no answer. Oppo keeps it for himself on the QB keeper and the sweeper, and a flag is being thrown. He goes out of bounds, but only gets about 2 yards in that carry.
Might get caught. Let's see what the ref has. Block in the back.
And that's a big penalty right there to push them back. As we're being about 3rd and medium. If that penalty weren't to be called, it would be about 4th and 4.
So big penalty there for the Dragons. That's gonna push them back well behind the sticks here to make this a 3rd and long. And if they can find a way, if Stony Point can find a way to keep them back here, it might force them to kick a deep field goal and or have to punt the ball.
Yeah, big one right there. The illegal block in the back to make it 3rd and long. 4:23 left in this third quarter. Again, it's flying by, Mike. 3rd and about 16. Jack Oppo fakes the handoff, rolling towards his right, getting pressured by the Tigers, just throws it up and out of bounds on the sidelines, incomplete. So a big-time defensive stand right there on 3rd down for the Tigers. And now it's decision time for Cody Moore in this offense.
I mean, it's 4th and 16. Looks like they will just bring the field goal unit on out. Actually, with the punt team.
Could be Granger off for a field goal try or to pin them. Who knows?
Yeah, it looks like a field goal try here. So this would keep it technically a 2-score game. And And so a big penalty there. This could be big. Tigers find a way to just hold them, keep them at 3 here.
Gibson Granger from 44 yards. They draw them off sides. And that sure does make the field goal try easier for Gibson Granger.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted they wanted that they want to get to that ball. They don't want to give many points. I mean, granted the defense has done all they can tonight. The Tigers defense has. I mean, this is a defense that has struggled all season, and they're holding this electric dragon offense to minimal score, minimal yardage. They just got a little eager there for trying to get a block here.
So now a 39-yard field goal try for Gibson Granger. Trying to add on to this Round Rock lead. Good snap, good hold. The field goal is up.
It's wide
and
left.
No good, just wide left. So just a disaster right there in that drive for Round Rock as they don't add anything to the lead, and the score remains the same at 15-3. Still no score from either team so far in the second half.
So the Dragon, they had a lot of momentum in that drive. They got down deep into the territory. They forced to about a 4th and short, but a block in the back or hold pushed them back much further behind the sticks, and then an incomplete pass forced into a field goal, and they knock it down. So I mean, Tigers getting their chance here. Do you think it's time that they kind of stick to one quarterback, or do they keep this multi-quarterback kind of look going?
Well, anyways, as Kenneth Calvis remains in the game, who knows if this is what starts them to keep a quarterback. This is the first time we've seen a quarterback remain for 2 consecutive drives. A flag is thrown in that play as he fakes the hand off to Aaron Bolton, but a false start was called, so just negate that play.
Again, Joe, penalties are killing them. That's another drive where they start behind the sticks, and they keep digging themselves into holes, and they got to find a way to crawl out of it. And it's really hurting their offensive momentum.
So again, Kenneth Calvis still the quarterback in for Stony Point. Gives this one off to Andrew Hill, the running back. First time he's had a carry in quite a while, but he is bottled up, getting tackled near about the 20-yard line as he gains about 3 yards off that first play carry.
We have a injured Dragon on the field as
we have an injury, and so we're gonna step aside from the field. We'll be right back here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round.
Player was able to walk up off his own power, so we're thankful for that. 2nd down and 12. Kenneth Calvis trying to buy some time. Throws it a little bit low with not much zip, but it is not secured in the end by Tristan Rhymes. Incomplete.
So it's a good target there. And the only question I have with this multi-quarterback look every other drive is you're not giving them kind of a chance to find a rhythm. You're not giving them a chance to build into the game. And I think that might have been hurting the offensive production if you keep giving them multiple looks and not giving them a chance to settle in.
So now 3rd and long. Kenneth Calvis picking the handoff to Andrew Hill, rolling towards his left, dumping off to Aaron Bolton, but he is met in the flats with ferocity, and out he goes for a loss. And he was tackled right there by E.J. Chavez. Make it 4th down and 11, and that is another 3rd down miss right there from the Stony Point offense.
Yeah, instant pressure on that right edge, which kind of just forced Cowboys to take his check down, not give him a chance to look down the field, and that will force a Stony Point punt.
So Noah Lopez out to punt, even better punt than last time, but it takes a Round Rock bounce, but eventually secured by Stony Point at about the 44-yard line. Still no score in the second half. The score remains the same from the first half at 15-3, and Round Rock in full control, as this has just completely bought into being a defensive game for both teams. Stony Point playing A very great defensive game right here, but so far, this drive right here could determine the rest of this game. And I know a lot of things can factor into Texas high school football going, haywire out of nowhere. But right here, your defense is trying to really bank on getting a big stop against a Round Rock offense that knows how to explode, even with one play. We saw this previously in the first half from Opel to Yeager. This first handoff on this drive to Moose Garlington, he almost looked dead to Rice, but still somehow got 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Yeah, that running game this second half has been really all Round Rock's offense so far. I mean, they've picked up a lot on the ground here as they try and work that clock down. And I mean, they're basically starting in plus territory. So a punch in here might seal the fate of this ball game.
First and 10 at the 45 of Stony Point. 1:40 left in this third quarter. The handoff once again to Garlington, shaking and baking, going past the 35, tackled at the 32.
Yeah, I think this Stony Point defense is just a little beat up. You know, they've been on the field a lot. They've been playing from behind all game. They haven't been playing with a lot of momentum, and that offense, the Dragon offense, is just kind of running down their throat right now.
Gain of 12 for the Moose. 11 carries for 96 yards so far tonight. Let's see if he can cap off this amazing night of his with his first touchdown. He gets the handoff yet again as he is tackled for a gain of about 3 yards, and out he goes after a nice trio of rushes. And comes Joaquin Maldonado yet again.
If I'm the Dragons, I'm not wasting. I'm not in no type of hurry. I'm not even passing this ball. Stony Point has yet to show they can effectively stop this run attack. I would just keep pushing it down their throat.
Officially 30 seconds left in this third quarter. 5 seconds on the play clock. They got to hurry, and they do. They'll hand it off to Maldonado, who once again finds space. He won't be touched. He goes all the way. Touchdown, Round Rock. 30-yard touchdown for Joaquin Maldonado, his second of the night. And it is 21-3, for the moment being. Round Rock extending their lead.
Yeah, another big gain there. I mean, just like you said, he went untouched. He really had no. He met no resistance. It was a big hole up the middle, and that run game has just been effectively unstoppable so far in this second half. And I think with that score there, just might put this game out of reach unless Stony Point's offense just starts clicking.
The extra point is good. We'll take a break really quick on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. We'll be right back here in just a few moments.
Interested in or looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the Stacy Group and realtor Cameron Freeman. Cameron specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Contact realtor Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group today with a text or call to 512-740-1836 to learn more.
Joaquin Maldonado up to 7 carries and 61 yards on the ground. His second touchdown of the night. The first one for 17 yards, and then this one, the pass possession of 30 yards. As Gibson Granger pooches that one off to Aaron Bolton. He tries to stutter step his way out of a few tackles, but eventually gets taken down near about the 25-yard line. What a night tonight for this two-headed Dragon Rush attack who have completely taken over in these last 3 or 4 possessions for the Dragons, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that ground attack is really just, I mean, they're playing with the lead, so it just makes sense. They kind of want to run this clock down and just run the ball. But I mean, Stony Point's defense just haven't found an answer. You know, that's actually that stretch, and then Maldonado again, just I mean, he finds a hole in the middle and he goes for a second touchdown. He went untouched. He virtually went untouched the first time. It's just the Tiger offense needs to figure something out quickly.
The handoff from Kenneth Calbus, Andrew Gomez ends up being incomplete. That does count as a forward pass as Calbus threw it up in the air towards the motioning Andrew Gomez. And that is an incomplete pass. That will stop the clock, mind you, at 8 seconds left in this third quarter.
And that's technically another drop for Gomez, who didn't get a lot of targets in the first half, made his first catch the second half, and then that's 3 drops for him now. Just has not been his night so far.
And that play reminds me of a little Brady Edelman play, if you will. It's almost funny how that counts as a pass attempt. Calbus in the pocket, trying to dump it off to Aaron Bolin at his feet. He can't catch it. Third down already with 4 seconds remaining on the stopped clock.
So
This will be the final play of this third quarter.
quick 3rd and 10 already for the Tigers. I mean, it's virtually just no offensive production so far this game. It just
and props to this Round Rock defense for finding a way to have pressure be felt from both quarterbacks, Mason Troyer and Kenneth Calbus. They almost have no time to throw. That has caused some of these throws to go haywire as it's empty again for Kenneth Calbus. The flag is being thrown, but this time he connects on the slant to Andrew Gomez, who has the first down at the moment. It was an 11-yard gain, but it looked to be an illegal shift, so it'll still be 3rd down as they'll push the play back.
and another
5 yards, yeah.
another flag for the Tigers. It's been a broken record all night. It's just negate every play they run just because they have a mix-up between the ears.
4th penalty of the night for the Tigers. It's now 3rd and 15 with 1 second remaining. This third quarter just will not end. At the 20-yard line are the Tigers, trying to see if they can possibly move the chains here with their backs against the wall, deep in their own territory, trailing 19. Calbus pressured, finally taken down by at least a pair of Dragons. And down goes Calbus the first time they get to him in at least a quarter. And that'll end this third quarter here at Dr. R.L. Peters Jr. Field at Dragon Stadium. Round Rock extending their lead thanks to a Joaquin Maldonado touchdown. And we'll be right back here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network presented by Covert Ford. Don't go anywhere.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today. Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit.
Welcome back to the iHSFAN Webcast Network, brought to you by Covert Ford. As the Tigers look to punt the ball back to the Dragons here. And that's Aiden Walker will pick that up, and he'll make a nice move cutting the inside, make another tackle. He'll drop the football, though, and the Tigers will. There's a scramble for it. I think the Tigers landed on it, and they did. So the Tigers will get the ball back here. So just like that, they give their offense another chance.
And you hate to see that as that's officially the first turnover of the game. And that'll put this defense, who is really just getting off the field quickly, right back on the field at the start of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, a couple good moves from Walker there, but just got caught blindsided there. Got a quick punch out, and yeah, that was an unfortunate turn of events for the Dragons there. But I mean, defense did just get off the field, but the defense has shown no struggle. So
yeah, the Tigers caught a break right there from that missed pass right there, if you want to call it a pass from Calbus to Gomez, but right
Troyer's
there they caught another
back
break.
in.
Yeah.
He'll hand that off to Eric Bolton, and that will kind of go. Well, there's another flag, as that also kind of went nowhere.
I'd have to think this is going to be once again in Stony Point, so they're actually going to pick it up. Wow.
Wave the flag, but still
a loss of 4, I believe.
Still a loss of 4 on that run there, so it's kind of like they got the flag. So again, the Tigers, they're pushing themselves in. They push themselves behind the sticks, and it hasn't been. I don't know. It was a gain of 3. And a keep there for. I think they keep for that was. Kolbus came back in there as Troyer came out after that one handoff, and he gets a good run up the middle, and he kind of gets those yards back from that 2nd and 13. He forces a 3rd and short with 11 minutes left to go. I mean, there's still a whole quarter to play, and this is only a 3-score. I mean, this is they're not out of it yet.
They're doing their best to play spoiler, and you know they have chance after chance, but it has to be 4-down territory here. You'd have to think down 19.
Calbus another QB draw there, and he'll keep it up the middle, and he has a lot of room, and he's taking off up the middle, and he will bounce to the outside and pull down hard. I think that looks like a huge run, and he might – oh, no, he's right. He looked like he got right back up. That was a big run by Calbus there as that pushes them all the way inside the 20-yard line. That was about a 32-yard run for Calbus there, and that's the biggest offensive play of – probably the game for the Tigers so far, and just like that, they're off the Walker fumble. I mean, they're knocking on the door early in this 4th quarter with a chance to get back in this ball game.
It's the deepest they've been in Round Rock territory since their first drive of the game.
Quick handoff to Bolton. Bolton will bounce to the outside, and he will be wrapped up and swarmed by a group of maroon jerseys after a gain of about 3 yards. And it will be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, this has been uncharted territory for quite a while for the Stony Point Tigers offensive unit. So they have to find a way to punch this one in. It is no question 4-down territory, as you have not been this far into Round Rock territory since their first drive.
Calbus will hand off to Bolton again. Bolton will break a tackle, and he will fall forward for another big gain. A pickup of about 7 there, which will be just enough for the 1st down. And they're knocking on the door. They're inside the 10-yard line.
And yeah, go ahead.
With 10 minutes left to go, I mean, this is they punched in here. This is still a ball game.
And Bolton's been held at base so much on the ground. He officially got back up to 0 rushing yards. He was at the negative markers for quite a while, but he has 7 carries for no yards officially.
Another quick handoff there. Oh, actually, it was a keep. Which effectively got another about 3 yards as they kind of inch closer with 9 minutes left to go. 2nd down from the 4. As Calbus has been, he's been the quarterback this second half really so far. And he'll hand that one off to Hill, and Hill will meet a bunch of tackles, but he'll keep running into people with forward progress. We'll push him to about the 2-yard line. So it's coming up a 3rd and goal from the 2.
And this Round Rock front 7 has just made it difficult all game long for this rush attack between Hill and Bolton. They really don't have, much places to go, and the best rushes have come from the quarterbacks, ironically, and Mason Troyer and Kenneth Calbus. But so far in these handoffs from the backfield, they've been met almost instantly, and if not, only with like a gain of 1 or 2 yards or so.
3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Need a big push here. If it's a handoff, they need a big push in their offensive line, and they will throw this, and it will be pressure gets outside, and he'll just throw one up, and that is caught in the end zone. What a catch. Number 4, Tristan Rhymes gets the Tigers' first touchdown of the game. Great catch there as Calbus he felt some pressure. Saw one-on-one coverage and just gave his receiver a chance. Rhymes did a great job coming back to that football, made a great catch, and just like that, the Tigers get their first touchdown of the ball game and inch a little closer.
And that is just huge right there. It's 3rd and 2. Of course, I guess 3rd and goal, I should say, at the goal line. And you have to find a way to punch this one in. And you get pressured as Noah Lopez kicked that one almost to the moon. That was
kind of
floated
crazy. That one up there.
Yeah, but, I mean, as he makes this now a 22-10 game, that was almost disaster right there as you were really knocking on the door trying to get your first touchdown of the game. You haven't been this far in territory since your first drive all the way back in the first quarter. Cowboys found a way to roll out towards his right-facing pressure and just throw it up to a big target in Tristan Rhymes. And that was a big-time conversion on 3rd down for this Tigers offense. And it makes it a little bit more manageable here. You get a little bit more breathing room for your defense, if you will, but there's still only 7:57 left in this 4th quarter.
But the big question is now, can that Tiger defense with a little momentum boost, maybe a confidence boost, stop the Dragon run game?
And I know there's a lot of discourse recently. I don't know if you heard about it, if momentum was real. We're going to see just how important momentum can be on this subsequent drive right here by Round Rock. I personally believe momentum is, of course, not always quantifiable, but that it is indeed real, and that it's really of a psychological thing for these players. And you've seen it time and time again in sports where previous disastrous plays can find a way to change games. And you saw right there how that missed fumble right there, the fumble right there by Aiden Walker on the punt return, it finally got this team on the board. So as Noah Lopez is getting ready to kick this one off.
So there's a little bit of trickery here.
Oh,
is they're kind of just going to boot that one. He puts a little too much leg on it, so that one will go out of bounds. So they tried a little trickery there. They tried a little miscommunication. They had a man kind of swarm the outside and kind of give him a chance to go get that, but he did put a little too much leg on it, so that will go out of bounds. And the Dragons will start their drive, I assume, at the 40.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I get, like, you're trying to throw this team off in Round Rock, but, you know, your team just scored a touchdown, and I don't understand why you're trying to run some trickery from the kickoffs when your defense really has to get the biggest stop of the game after they just got on the board. So if you kick this one off, I would take your chances with your defense, which has played really well in these past few drives, to get a stop and get the ball back in your offense. And it looks like they're just going to call a flag on this one. They're going to re-kick it.
Okay, so kick out of bounds. They're just going to push them back 5 yards.
I believe someone was probably offsides. I
Yeah.
believe that's why it is on the kickoff. And I'd expect that, too, from all the moving and jittering that they were doing behind Lopez. You'd have to think someone probably went a little bit too early.
Looks like they'll probably just boot this one away regularly.
And I would agree with that. I mean, I would take your chances with your defense, which has played really well in these last few drives.
Aim that one to the corner, and that is just, he is instantly brought down. So about a 30-yard kick, the return for about 5 yards there, and Dragons will start their drive at the 40-yard line. So first and 10 with 7:50 to go. I mean, Tigers get their first touchdown of the game. But, I mean, if I'm the Dragons, first thing I'm doing is I'm running a stretch run. I'm running an outside run. That is my first drive, and let's see if the Stony Point defense can stop it.
You might as well keep running until they find a way to stop it. It's just been the Garlington show, really, in these past probably 20 minutes of game action. Hasn't been much pass attack since that Yeager touchdown.
If I'm the Tigers, I stack the box here, and I send it. A little miscommunication here, and that will result in a timeout from the Dragons. So with 7:50 left to go, the Dragons lead the Tigers 22-10. You're watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford on iHSFAN Webcast Network.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any.
Welcome back to the iHSFAN Webcast Network presented by Covert Ford. 7:50 left to go in this fourth quarter. 22-10, Dragons lead. And Oppa will hand off up the middle to Garlington, but Garlington will go down instantly, so they got to stop there. So a short gain on a run there, so a nice stand from the Tiger defense, who's struggled against this two-headed dragon rushing attack in the second half from the Dragons so far.
And Garlington has officially eclipsed 100 yards, by the way. Now up to 100 yards rushing off 13 carries. Still looking for his first touchdown tonight, while Joaquin Maldonado has 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. It looks like there might be someone banged up for Stony Point. That looks to be Michael Martinez, the senior defensive end. And good to see him walking off under his own power. Nonetheless, it's 2nd down and 8 with the clock stopped at 7:34. Looked like they were almost winding that clock while he was still struggling to get off the field, and so they stopped the clock immediately again as the ball is at the 41-yard line. So now the clock does wind.
Because Opple sends 2 men over, sends a man out. Hand off to Maldonado, and Garlington, he is instantly wrapped up in the backfield. So 2 huge stops from the Tigers so far in that running attack. I mean, they looks like they've sent a couple of pressure. They've kind of anticipated the run here, and they're standing their ground a little bit now.
Look at it again. That was Tristan Butler. Again, coming into this game with 19 sacks. That's his 2nd tackle for loss tonight. You're seeing just why he's getting some hype around this area. And that was 3rd and long.
3rd and long here. So do the Dragons keep it on the ground and then kind of work it, punt the ball, or are they going to try and get this first down in the air? And Opple will toss in the air, and there's instant pressure up the middle, and he will throw a pick, and that is fumbled and caught in the 30. Okay, so just like that, this game is flipped on its heels.
And this game just got interesting. Picked off right there by Jordan Garcia, making a play.
Defensive tackle was following Opple, decided to stick with Maldonado on the outside and made a leap, kind of stretch his arm out and little tip drill and made a catch. And just like that, with 7 minutes to go, I mean, the Tigers are starting in the red zone, only down by 2 scores.
It's any man's ball game, like I was saying. We've seen games go nuts in Texas high school football plenty of times just on iHSFAN alone. But right now, Stony Point, who almost looked like they were down and out, being down 22-3.
That momentum bar has completely flipped so far. Let's see what the offense can do here. He went instantly in there, and that's not how you want to start it. But Colbus, I mean, he goes down. He goes down quickly. They're starting negative again, but they're still in a good spot. A field goal, they're in 4 down to 9 points. A field goal is not going to do much for them here, so they got to go for it no matter what. So 2nd and 12, good pressure there from the Dragon defensive front, and it's getting loud on this side. They're shaking their cans. They're stomping on the bleachers.
I always love when it gets loud here at this stadium because you can feel it in this box.
Robust with a QB draw, and he finds some room up the middle, and he will get a lot of that yards back. He gets about 10 yards there, and it'll be a 3rd and short, about the 20-yard line. So a good pickup there for Cabus.
And again, if you're just now joining us, the implication of this game may not seem like much, but it's huge if you're the Round Rock Dragons. Next week they go on the road to face off against the Vandergrift Vipers. And if they win this game, the Dragons, that one is for the district title next week. So this is a big drive right here for Stony Point to see if they can stay in this game and possibly play spoiler before that Vandergrift game.
Cabus will throw a quick slant, and that will be caught. There he is. Andrew Gomez, excuse me. There. Okay, so after some drop troubles, he gets his 2nd catch of the game there. He picks up the first down, and that's a tough catch too. The defense was on his back. He put it as a good pass by Cabus, put it right in his chest, and he was able to make the catch, first down. And with 5 minutes to go, I mean, they're knocking on the door, Joe.
Yeah. It's getting a little tense here at Dragon Stadium. People are getting a little bit anxious, but the cowbells are ringing nevertheless.
Cabus will drop back to pass, and he will roll out to the right. He's looking for someone downfield, and it looks like he will just take off and scramble out of bounds and right around the line of scrimmage. So nothing there, but was able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. So gives the offense time to think about their next play here. And with just under 5 minutes to go on Dragon's 14-yard line, this is still anyone's ball game.
And you can't afford really to take your time. They're taking a long time to get this play in, but the clock is stopped at 4:48. If you're in bounds, you're going to have to move right now. You have to have some clock awareness if you are these Tigers.
You got Bolton in the backfield. Got Rhymes and Gomez out to your left, and they will do a fake handoff to Bolton. Here comes the pressure, and he'll dump it off to Bolton. Bolton will break his first tackle. We'll break another tackle, and we'll get all the way. He's still breaking tackles. Did he get in? He got in. Bolton, oh, my goodness. That man was not going to be denied. Oh, wait, he might just be a yard short.
Oh, there's going to be a penalty, actually.
Oh, man.
They're going to call that is huge right there.
Yeah, that's a huge penalty that negates that run from Bolton. Man, Bolton was not going to be denied, but a penalty in the backfield. Again, the penalties have killed the Tigers so much tonight, and that is probably the biggest one of the game.
That is just catastrophic right there for the Tigers.
Man, because Bolton, he breaks the first tackle, swoops back in, breaks another one, and starts dragging people into the end zone. It was a heck of an effort from Bolton there. Unfortunately, it's negated by a penalty, and so it's 2nd and 20 with 4:30 left, and they're a little it's a little tough now. But it's not shaking the Tigers. Tigers come out, they're confident. They you know, this game's still not over. I mean, that hurts, but you can't get out of it off of that. Here comes in another QB draw, and Cabus will break a tackle, but he will go down pretty quickly there. There's a lot of pressure over the middle, and just like that, it's 3rd and long. So this becomes this is a huge 3rd down. Obviously, this is 4 down territory, but these are huge next 1-2 plays if they don't get in the end zone here.
And end zone has to be on the mind for this offense. Also knowing where these down markers are, as the clock is now at the 4-minute mark.
Sends a man in motion. He will drop off and throw a quick one out to Bolton again. Can Bolton make some more magic happen? He breaks some more tackles. He's still breaking tackles, but he will be stopped at about around the original line of scrimmage. So it will be a fourth and long.
And I almost thought a Stony Point receiver got away with the block in the back right there, trying to open some space for Aaron Bolton. They end up not throwing the flag, but that is some positive gain right there for the Stony Point offense. It's setting up 4th and about 9.
Fourth and 9. So this is the ball game right here, folks. With 3:23 left to go, 2-score game. Can the Tigers find a way to get in the end zone or at least get that first down? They have some room to work with. They get to about the 4-yard line. They have that first down to around the 4-yard line. But that's basically it's kind of end zone shot here if I'm the Tigers, and it is getting loud, Joe.
Absolutely, 4th and 9.
And some trickery here. And he's got a man wide open in the end zone. Didn't toss it. Still needs to make something happen. Throws one, and he throws a strike. That's a touchdown, Tigers. And just like that, we got a ball game here, folks. Is that Bolton?
I believe that is Aaron
Bolton got his touchdown back. He was not going to be denied this drive. What a play! I mean, I saw when he's rolling out, he had Gomez wide open in the end zone. Gomez had his hands in the air. He's like calling for the ball. I don't believe that Cabus saw him, but he still throws a dart to Bolton, and just like that, with 2:51 to go, this is a 1-score ball game.
And man, oh man, you talk about having ice in your veins right there with Kenneth Calbus. Finding a way just to keep a play alive. That's the 2nd time we've seen it so far in this half alone. Both times with a 4th down, mind you, and both of those touchdowns are being scored to now make this a 22-17 game. It's a 5-point game all of a sudden in Dragon Stadium, and after leading by 22-3, a 19-point lead at the half, Round Rock has found a way to just make this a close game. And Stony Point trying to play spoiler. And you remember when I was talking about momentum?
It's all on Stony Point's side right now.
It has
all
to be.
The momentum.
Absolutely. It has to be in the heads of these Round Rock players. With 2:51 left in this second half, anything can happen.
Not to mention the Tigers do still have all 3 of their timeouts, so they can stop the clock at least 3 times here. and hopefully, I mean, this is the defense has played well all game. This will be their biggest test. They got to get their offense the ball one last time.
Yeah, absolutely. They found a way to do it last time off the tip in the air. Probably the DT, Jordan Garcia. Well, let's see what they can do here. I don't think you have to really offside it, but Noah Lopez is going to face like he's trying to offside, and he will.
And it will fall into the hands of Aiden Walker. So they go for the onside kick. That puts them pretty close. That puts them about midfield. But again, the Tigers do still have all 3 timeouts, so I don't hate the call there. Try and get the ball back quickly. But I mean, man, this game. It just got a whole lot more interesting.
Michael, you were saying you're looking for a great game today. I think you got one.
I found a great fourth quarter is what I found. It's been an electric fourth quarter. And with about 2:49 left to go, Opel takes a snap in the shotgun, and he will hand this one off to Maldonado, or that's Garlington, excuse me, and he will pick up about 3 yards there. And I think the Tigers will burn their first timeout.
And again, why not go to the bread and butter? I like that first play call right here. You don't have to force it downfield if you're the Dragons at all. Go to what has been working all game long. And, of course, they actually stopped it, the Stony Point defense, with Maldonado and Garlington.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, you don't have to deviate from that game plan just because of one drive. So that's a nice gain right there of 3 yards from Garlington. Stony Point calls a timeout with 2:42 left. Still anybody's ball game.
If I'm the Dragons here, if I'm not throwing the ball, I'm not handing this ball up the middle. I'm going on the outside.
Yeah, and I'm kind of shocked to see
they kind of went away from going to running to the outside.
Yeah, the stretch plays in the outside zones were really just working almost too easily for this Round Rock offense and the offensive line, which has been stellar tonight. Opel has hardly been touched. But I'm really shocked they're trying to run it up the gut, especially in the second half when the outside zones have been working at a premium in the first half.
Opel will take the snap. He has, looks like Garlington in the backfield still, and he will hand it off to Garlington, and Garlington will find a hole, and that will be the first down. That will be a first down. So the Tigers will have to use a timeout. Actually, is that 3rd and short?
Yeah, that's 3rd and short.
No, that's 3rd and like inches.
And good on Garlington right there to protect the ball. It looked like he almost lost control of it as he was getting backed up. Got hit in his lower back right there as the clock is stopped now at 2:33.
So he finds some space to the outside, and it's about 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches here. So this is a big. So this is a big 3rd down.
Garlington up to 15 carries for 110 yards rushing, as the ball is now at the 44 of Stony Point, and what a massive 3rd down play here for both teams. The Dragons trying to move the chains here to possibly get out of here with the win. It wouldn't guarantee a win with this first down, but it would be huge to end this game after not scoring so far in the second half.
So if there was any time for the Tigers to get in the backfield, it would be right here. What do you got? Opel will take the snap up the middle, and that will – he might be short.
Oh, man.
He might be short.
Oh, my goodness.
So if I'm the Dragons, what am I doing here?
And once again, that was Jordan Garcia also with Tristan Butler.
Oh, wow.
Man, oh, man.
What a stop. So Tigers take their 3rd and final timeout with 2:28 left to go in the fourth quarter, down 5. The Dragons have a 4th and, I have to say, inches. I mean inches. So,
I mean, based on what the spot was, that might have been either at most no gain. It could have been a loss of like half a yard. But as the clock is stopped at 2:28 with Stony Point using their final timeout, it truly is decision time right here if you're the Round Rock Dragons.
Do you pin them deep and force an offense that really hasn't gone down the field on you with no timeouts with about 2 minutes to go score on you? Or do you go for this and try and end the ball game right here?
And look, all the momentum has been on Stony Point's side. I would opt personally to go for this one. We've seen a QB sneak fail tonight. We've also seen the rare penetration from the defensive line getting home to this rush attack. They're going to send out
coming out.
Ranger.
So
yeah,
they're bringing the punter out. So the Dragons don't want to take any chance of giving a hot Stony Point offense decent field position. Looks like they're going to pin them back. But I think they might be asking for the sticks to come out here. I don't know. They just call a timeout.
They're just going to try to talk it over again. As now Cody Moore will call his timeout. And I don't know if they're going to try to just talk this one over and possibly get a play in, but Gibson Granger looked like he was on his way out for a punt for just a few moments.
So their first instinct was, they looked like they were going to punt, and then they call a timeout. So did they see something? I don't know. What changed? Are they going to come out and try and? I mean, they need inches here. I mean, I think they can get inches.
And look at that, they're gonna
go for it now.
Wow.
So just a quick timeout. It's like they I mean, they could be going for this. They could pooch it.
They could be trying to also draw them off sides.
They could try and draw them off sides, and the Tigers have. I mean, the Tiger defense has not struggled with penalties, so they've been disciplined tonight. Oh no, they're gonna snap the ball, and he'll get the first down easily, and that will effectively end the game. Moose Garlington will pick up a first on a little bit of an outside run. Doesn't. I guess it doesn't end the game. There's 2 minutes left to go, but the Tigers with no timeouts, they're gonna need 3 stops, 3-4 stops. I think they're gonna keep no matter what, the Dragons will keep going for it.
But again, like I was saying, you go back to that rush attack. You go back to the bread and butter, the outside zone, what has been working for you all game long. And as you saw Gibson Granger almost out there, they made the wise decision to really call a timeout and just go for this 1-yard conversion on 4th down.
Yeah, with about just under 2 minutes left to play, they will just be running this clock out now. And that Garlington, he dropped the football, but oh man, who did? I think the Dragons fell right back on it, but that could have been. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh man.
Quick thinking there by number 50, Josh Sanchez makes a huge fumble recovery. I mean, that could have flipped it around completely. But as this play clock runs out, we're reaching about the minute mark left to go in this game, and they're coming out in victory formation.
Yeah, nothing to play for here, and that effect there's going to be a timeout called by
the Dragons.
Yes, the play clock was running down, and you don't want to get a penalty there and stop the clock. But man, that was
what could have been. The ball pops out the last second, and luckily for the Dragons, they fell on it instantly. But that could have been a game changer too.
I mean, could have really just changed their district title hopes immediately, just off that one play right there. But if you're the Round Rock offense, I don't know if this is what you want to see from Coach Cody Moore against a lesser opponent in Stony Point. You knew it was going to be a rivalry game, and you thought you were really starting to, turn the corner after the good first half ending. But nothing going here with too many errors in the second half. And the Stony Point defense has found a way to really play out of their minds in the second half. So props to them, a tip of the cap, as Jack Oppel is going to go back to victory formation. And it looks like that will do it for the Round Rock Dragons. Going to go to 8-1 on the season, 6-2 in district. And they're going to find a way to travel for a district title next week against the Vandergrift Vipers. And what should be
game of the year for Round Rock ISD. I'll have to say that is who gets the highest seed and playoff implications right there, as they will be district champs. But man, I mean, good win here for the Dragons. They improve to 6-1 in district play, 8-1 on the season, like you stated. The Tigers will fall to 3-7, 2-6 on 2-6 in district play, and the Tiger. I mean, they have some frustration in the back. I mean, yeah, they were right there. They were. I mean, it came down to a 4th and inches to decide if their offense was going to get one more chance to go try and win this game, and a big pickup for Garlington there as they went back to their bread and butter. We've been saying all season, they hit all game. They hit the outside run, picked up a good substantial amount, and that will be all zeros on the clock. 22-7 is your final score from Dragon Stadium, as Round Rock will go in up into the Hill Country next week, and they will face the number 1 team in the district, the Vandergrift Vipers, which should be a very exciting matchup. What did you like out of them tonight, Joe, that gave them this win?
Of course, we've seen the threats in the pass game and the run game. The run game eventually being the one that would take over, with Moose Garlington having one heck of a game. 18 carries, for 116 yards on the ground. Joaquin Maldonado with 8 carries and 57 yards on the ground and a pair of touchdowns. But also Dylan Yeager, who ended up really putting the first touchdown on the board with a 75-yard pass and catch off a one-play drive off the slant, putting the Dragons on the board. I like to see that they have that potential, of course, that balance that we've talked about in the run and pass game. But if you're Coach Cody Moore, you got to go back to the drawing board, because you got a big one next week, and you cannot afford to have the fumbles on punt returns. You can't afford to get the turnovers off, tip drills getting in the hands of D tackles.
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford to have those mistakes. So you can't afford to have missed field goals as well with Gibson and Granger. So this is a big win. They find a way to escape against a rival opponent, and good teams find a way to win anyhow. You saw that again with the Round Rock Dragons tonight.
Yeah, and for the Tigers, they go into their bye week in the final week of the season, which is something I've never seen before. So their season is effectively over. Heck of a year for those guys. I mean, they put up a fight in every game they played. There's no heart. They put their heart and soul out in this game, and they did everything they could. Started off slow to kind of come back in this ball game and play a little bit of heart. But the Dragons just had a little too much for them tonight, and that will be all she wrote. As our final score from Dragon Stadium in Round Rock, Texas, it would be the Round Rock Dragons take the win over their rival Stony Point Tigers 22-7. And with that, I say my call out, my final goodbyes. I thank everyone at the iHSFAN family. I thank Rick Epstein for giving me this chance to really grow and evolve in my expertise in my field. And I have nothing but love and thanks to my co-caller, Joseph Duffy here, as it's been fun doing this journey with you, man. And I wouldn't have done it with anybody else. It was a great time. I do appreciate everyone for tuning in with us through our journey. And for all you Round Rock fans, your season is far from over, as y'all have had a heck of one at that. But without further ado, I do my final call off. Good night from Round Rock Dragon Stadium. Good night from Round Rock, Texas. We'll see you in the next one.